Hello out there to you. We are trying to solve this problem. We got some data points. We were trying to get a supply and demand function from the given schedules. We're going to assume both functions are linear. So this is an economics problem, and what we're used to seeing, or the more simplistic view, is that you've got some kind of downward sloping demand here, and then upward sloping supply. And you're usually given the functions. So in this case, we're not given the functions. We need to figure them out. Something that's a little different about economics, that's not a very good cue, is that price is always going to be on the y-axis and quantity is going to be on the x-axis. So when changing them to be algebraic, we can change q to x and we can change p to y. Okay. And so this will be y, and this will be x, this will be y, this will be x, okay? And so what we need to do, and then we're going to set both of those equal to each other to get our equilibrium price. So that's that point right there. So the function formula is y equals mx plus b. Only in this case, remember y is now p, so mq, because x is q, plus b. And b is the interslope. It's where it hits the y-axis. Okay? So that's what we need to know there. Okay, so what we're going to do is, it might help if we take these guys and turn them into ordered pairs. That might help a little bit. So on the demand side, the pairs the xy, so it's xy. And so for demand, we go 1, 18 is the first combo, and then the second one is 5 and 10. Okay. For our supply pairs, we get 2 and 10, and then 5 and 22. Okay, so now let's do demand first. Okay, we'll get our demand function. So we need to get we need to solve for m. So the formula for m is P2 minus P1. So that's the rise, or in this case, it's actually a decrease because we're going to go down. It's downward sloping, and then Q2 minus Q1. Okay, so in this case, we've got m equals 5. Oh, I did that wrong. It's so price 2 is 10 minus 18 divided by Q2, 5 minus 1. Okay, so this is negative 8 divided by 4. And that's pretty easy. Equals negative 2. So the slope of that function is negative 2. Okay. So now that I have negative 2, I know that this is going to look like this. It's m equals negative 2 q plus b. Okay, so now I need to figure out what b is. So I'm just going to take, you can take either one, either price and quantity combination, just plug them in there. So price can be 18 equals negative 2 times 1 plus b. Okay, and so I'm going to get b equals 20. Okay, so our function is now done. And so the demand function is p equals negative 2 q plus 20. Okay, so that's demand is done, or rather that's an inverse demand function. Okay, let's do the supply side. So we need m equals, and I'm just going to use these two here. So let's go 5 minus 2 Oh, I did it. See, I made a mistake too. 5 minus 2 is the denominator, so I want to go with the prices. 22 minus 10 over 5 minus 2. That's much better. Okay, let's go over here. Equals 12, whoops, over 3, which is a way of saying 4. So now our supply function is 4Q plus B. Okay, and we don't know what B is, so we're going to do a new one here. We're just going to plug in some of the numbers here. So let's do 10, price of 10, we'll get 4 times 2 plus B, okay, and that turns into 8. So B equals 2, and our supply function is P equals 4Q plus 2. Okay, so now I've got both of those, and I'm just going to set supply equal to demand function. So this is 4Q plus 2 equals negative 2 plus 20. That's negative 2Q. And I just solve here, so I got 6Q equals 18, Q equals 3. Okay, so the quantity in equilibrium is 3. So to find the price, you can plug in 3 into either one. So I'll put it into the price of the supply function here. So it's 4 times 3 plus 2. So that's 14. So the price here is 14, the quantity is 3. Okay, so that's how to derive both curves and then solve for equilibrium.